Hey everyone, and welcome back to The Binding of Isaac. Today I think it's time for Maggie, because I think that's probably the character I've waited the most to play. Samson, people want to see some Samson. I'll get there. I need to steel my nerves a bit more. You know, it's always an adventure. So, my internet works again. And since this is a problem, well, the internet not working was a problem that has never happened ever until just then, I'm not really worried about it going away again. I think it's going to be fine. So that means life is a happy time, a happy place, and all is well. So no problem uploading videos anymore. God, it's so fast. I don't know how I lived with slow internet for a week. Not even a full week either, but it was just awful. But we're back at full operating capacity and all the good stuff. So I'm pretty excited about that. Obviously I'm going to take this pill and it's probably going to be health down. But, you know. Or just teleport me to the boss. By the way, you can't teleport to the second boss unless you've already fought the first. It's just how it works on XL floors. Which, by the way, have 1.8 times as many rooms, 2 bosses, 2 item rooms. Both will require a key, even though it's the basement, sadly. And, only one shop. We'll get our chance at a deal with the devil after the second boss, which is nice. And as we learned yesterday, I mean, this is what I had thought all along, but it was clarified and made, well, that's what clarified means. It was made very evident how it works as opposed to just kind of, oh yeah, I'm pretty sure this is how it works. Now we know every room, the chance for a deal with the devil associated with not taking boss damage is reset because that variable resets each room. So only the second boss matters as far as earning a deal with the devil on an XL floor. So, that's pretty sweet, and I'm happy about that because that means, I just have to not take damage against this monstro, and I'll have that extra 35% chance, which is pretty great. And that's about my only chance, besides the base 1%. So I guess 36%, that's not terrible, and I mean, I often earn it on that chance, so we can hope. There are 2 tinted rocks that I'd love to blow up, but have no bombs. Currently, I'm sure that... Oh, how could you, monstro? Randomness at its finest. Alright, so now I probably have a 1% chance, because I can't think of anything else that I would have. So, yeah. No deal with the devil, because, I mean, come on, 1 in 100 there? Not saying it couldn't happen. But anyway, we picked up a tears up, which is actually a pretty significant tears up, and a damage up from Jesus Juice, as well as a range up, actually, I believe Jesus Juice is. So, that's pretty cool. I probably shouldn't have taken the soul heart, but, whatever. I'll live. I can make do losing a soul heart, probably. Okay, wow, that was really convenient. Crack the sky. It's not very good, and I think I'm going to stick with Yum Heart. Of course, I'm going to touch it so it doesn't appear again. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah, so now that my internet's working again, I can stream and stuff, which I haven't done in, way too long. I like streaming a lot, and I wish I didn't have to take a break from it when my internet was not working, and for school and all that, and... I don't think that this will work, but I put it closer to the tinted rock just to be sure that it hit the tinted rock. Oh my god, what a ninja. What a ninja. Alright, I don't need that heart. Let's get the other tinted rock and go find the other item room. I mean, there's no reason not to go to the shop, except that there is a reason not to go to the shop, and that's that I have no money, which means that if I find something that I'd really want to keep, want to take from the shop, and I can't afford it, there's a chance that I'd just be out of that item for the rest of the run. Namely the habit, but, the habit might not be too helpful, because we might not, I mean, we're probably not going to end up with the D6. Yeah, it works with everything. I would want to drop the Yum Heart immediately if I got the habit, because, I mean, situational and potentially later guaranteed invincibility is really boring and not fun to play with, so I wouldn't do that. Okay, destroy the fire. The fire is the first priority, so that we get no flaming hoppers, because they just have way too much health. No one wants to deal with that. And that's all good. So, the thing that sucks about not getting that deal with the devil is, of course, that as Maggie, we have extra health. And I mean, otherwise our stats are normal. Besides, speed is slightly lower. But anyway, we have extra health, which means we have extra leverage for a deal with the devil. So, we can go a little harder with those than we can by default with Isaac or any other character for that matter. Because, well, I guess Blue Baby if you get invincibility. But just straight up base Maggie. Best opportunities for Devil Room stuff from the start. Harlequin Baby is what we started off last run with, isn't it? I mean, whatever. I like the familiar a lot. It's pretty good. The V of Tears, and not bad. I am going to clear the floor, of course. I would love to stack up on some keys and other things. Telepills, maybe. I'll use that in a minute. I kind of want to clear the floor before using it. There's a 6.66% chance that it takes us to the I am error room, which would be pretty cool because, I mean, at this point, having cleared the floor almost, I've been to both item rooms, both bosses, so I wouldn't be upset about that. But it would be nice to go there for the free stuff that it offers me. See what this is. It can't be telepills. Bad gas. I mean, at least it wasn't health down. I'd have made do with health down. Alright. Kill the fire. This might not have been worth a bomb. It was worth a bomb. This one might also not be worth a bomb, but I'm doing it anyway. And then there's going to be a tinted rock in that last room or rooms that I won't be able to access. But it was worth it as well because 2 keys, and now I have 8 cents. That puts me pretty close to shop territory. The thing that sucks about XL floors is that you lose a shop. And early in the game, that's no good because when you think about it, I just lost 1 of 3 shops that's guaranteed not to be greed at any point in time ever. So I kind of, that's a little sad, but at the same time, not a big deal. All right, that took me a little closer to my objective, so that's all good. There's nothing for me to use all this health on, so I just am going to go on to the next floor. We're doing all right, 0.5 damage up from Jesus Juice, a familiar, and plenty of soul hearts, as well as a tears up. Our DPS is, I guess a lot more significant than when we started, which is awesome. And we're getting a lot of soul hearts for some reason. I mean, most of those came from tinted rocks, but that was a random soul heart, and that's just, that's pretty uncommon, I guess. Alright, I don't have any bombs because I used them all, which might not have been a good decision, but it was the decision I made. So anyway, I was in class right before recording this. I just got home from class and then was like, hey, you know what? I'm going to get ahead of some recordings right now so that, I don't have any kind of time constraints with these things, while I can handle it. And it was English class, and I hate English. I hate writing. I hate reading for school. Oh, look, it's an eye blob. That is a 1 in 400 replacement for clots. These guys, these are clotties, and clots are the ones that look like gishes. So 1 in 400 replacement for clot or clotty, which is pretty cool. You don't see it too often because that's what 1 in 400 kind of implies. Anyway, English class, not my favorite, probably my least favorite, actually. And, we're talking about how to write an essay and stuff. I'm like, oh my god, I don't care. I know how to write an essay. I've learned this like 30 different times, and I've known all along. It's fine. And then, I realized, yeah, I'm going to do this. That wasn't really worth it. That I kind of have never written an essay with the intent of writing a good essay. I write essays with the intent of getting a passing grade on the essays. Because, there's no reason to have to write an essay for me. It's just not something that I need. It's not something I enjoy. It's not something that has any kind of point. So, I never actually wrote one, but, I feel like I could write a good essay that I'm actually, proud of. But I don't have any need. So we didn't take red heart damage. We did get a deal with the devil. I might take that speed up. Lord of the Pit and the Nail are both not very good for their price. Really. I will take the speed up. I'll do it. This time, since Maggie starts slower, now we're probably... we're at the speed where I would not take any more speed ups for the rest of the game. Which is another reason not to take Lord of the Pit, because it's a small speed up. Interestingly enough. With 5 bombs now, since we did pick up homing bombs, may as well open up this chest. I was hoping for a key, because of course I want to go to the shop, but there's still the challenge room, if I don't get any other keys. I can play that and hope. It's not unlikely or anything. So let's see. Anyway, what I do with essays, haha, he said do. What I do is I write them very technically soundly. Like I'm all about the grammar and silly things like that most people care less about. But it just kind of reminded me that it's not just like Isaac or anything. I'm a very technical person. It's probably why I'm a math major. Just you know, it's not something that's exclusive to this kind of side of me. It's something that's how I am. I am completely a technical person in like everything that I do pretty much. But I still hate writing and, you know, English and stuff. I like the language, I just don't like the classes. English classes are the worst. You should be, like, they shouldn't be mandatory if you can prove that you're proficient. But, I mean, that's, hey. It is what it is. So we can go to the shop now, which I'm going to do, because this one can't be greed, fortunately enough. And maybe we'll pick up the candle again. I mean, I'd take it. No, it's Bumfriend. I don't want Bumfriend. Not even a little bit, but I do want this tarot card, which is Death. And that's kind of what I was hoping for, except for the fact that we already did the challenge room. But you know what? That means we can do the challenge room on the next floor if there is one. Because there's a thing where if you pause the game or do something that freezes the game for, you know, a second, you can spawn all 3 waves at once, and then you can just use the Death card to kill them all immediately. And it's just a free challenge room, and I like that a lot. So, away we go. Nope. I want to spawn next to the item room. It's possible to spawn next to the boss room, like straight next to the boss room. Doesn't happen often, but it can. Anyway, I hate randomness in enemies. These guys are big jerks because, I mean, you just can't really plan to dodge them. They don't have a pattern. Patterns are good. You can make patterns difficult while still being patterns. So randomness shouldn't really be necessary in enemy design. Oh well, it's there. Maybe in Rebirth it'll all be better. Maybe. So I have lost a bunch of soul hearts so far. That's, you know, unfortunate, but at least we have pretty good health. I will kill you with Harlequin Baby if I have to. I need key drops. Oh, as much as... yeah, I'll play this. Twice is good enough? Yeah. The Husk should be a pretty easy fight. I don't have any shot speed ups. I don't know why I have any extra seeming knockback here. Maybe it's... no, it's totally not Harlequin Baby. Why don't I take all of the damage from these random shots? I mean, they're sort of random. They're 5, 6, some amount of directions, but they don't come from a set place as far as I've noticed. I haven't paid, like, very... I don't know the word I'm looking for. Very close attention, but that's not the best. Anyway, I guess I will take this and have tons of money that I don't really need, but hey, whatever. And now we're gonna look for a key, because keys are all I need right now. I would love to go to the shop, which is a 50% chance of being greed. I would love to go to the item room, because it's an item room. That's kind of like the one thing that I prioritize most on floors, besides, you know, the fact that you have to fight the boss. And later, when there aren't item rooms, of course the boss is instead the first priority in most cases. Depends on your setup, though, because sometimes 1 bomb for 2 is a great trade. Sometimes you want to go to, you know, an arcade or something if that's there, or sometimes you are... what? You are crazy overpowered and want to clear everything, and then you fight the boss last just for the fact that it's fitting thematically. So there's an arcade. Okay. I mean, we did have 5 cents, and this is Catacombs 2, so that is totally reasonable, expected, moderately. Don't shoot at me. I would prefer you not do that. So, in said arcade, we find... wow, just profit for walking in. Since I have the heart, I will play this twice. Doesn't matter which blood donation machine that I'm playing, because either way, it's just a 1 in 15 chance that it'll give me a blood bag or IV bag, so it's not like, oh, you used that one up and stuff. Okay, so this is going to be great. I'm going to play this beggar and get a tinted rock just because it's there. Alright, that shouldn't blow him up. Indeed, 1 soul heart is better than no soul hearts. So now let's get this fool to give me the Book of Revelations. We already fought the boss, so I'll just use it. And the reason that that's relevant, fighting the boss, is that it would change the boss into a horseman. So if for whatever reason, you know, I pick up a portable slot or a Wheel of Fortune card or something, and then use that to spawn a black fly and refight the boss, it would actually change into a horseman, since we used Book of Revelations there. And by the way, you're wondering, why aren't you taking the Book of Revelations instead of the heart? It seems better when you're not taking red heart damage. Yeah, you're probably right, I just don't like it. I also don't like the I don't like the nail. Like I said before, I don't like the Book of Revelations. I don't like the heart. And maybe I'll go back for it, but I don't really care, because it's just not, I don't know. Oh no, not an item that I enjoy using a ton. Though it would be really nice to have, you know, 1 cube of meat at least. Have a single orbital. Okay, I don't want to play this. I want to go to the arcade and play for keys from everything, because it's my only remaining option. And I mean, I would do the challenge room, I just don't have a key to open that chest, because I mean, I have this death card just waiting to be used in an optimal, beautiful way, but I can't do it. It just can't be done. That is not bad gas. Okay. Hey, stop that. Okay, let's see what it is. Pretty fly. Awesome. So that's an orbital fly for us. That will block tears and damage flies. Only flies. Oh, darn. I was really hoping that was going to give me the 2 keys. So I'm going to go to the item room. That's the top priority. Shop is the 3rd priority for me, honestly. I'd rather go to the challenge room just because it's easier, and I mean, I'm guaranteed some drops that won't cost me money. Not that my money's gonna matter. Keep in mind that it could be greed. 50% chance. I mean, coin flips, come on. I wouldn't mind getting Skatole. That would be pretty nice. Alright then. So let's try to get 1 more key so we can do everything we want to do. Wow, that was painless. That was truly painless. We came out really far ahead, and I could play it more for more keys, which wouldn't be a bad plan or anything. Alright, it is greed. I only came here first because I know I said the priorities were not in this order, but this was the closest, and I did have enough keys for all of them, so I just did it. So we get a Steam sale, which I'm not going to take because I easily have enough money for the next couple shops, and if we get a D6 later, that's going to be something that we can have repeatedly drop to reroll more times and just have a great grand old time, essentially. So the more rerolls, the better, and that's why sometimes you don't want to touch items as well. Okay, oh, there we go. Barely made that. I almost forgot to pause, basically. Nice. So now we still have 2 keys after going to the item room. That's excellent. Truly excellent. There's a blood donation machine over there, so I'll play it twice with my heart. And I'm pretty excited about this pretty fly. I mean, it's a pretty great dude. Alright, we play you twice, hope for a blood bag. If there is a blood bag, then of course we wouldn't have picked it up immediately, so we could go further on the other blood donation machine because of the 4 hearts of recovery that are brought with it. So Demon Baby is a familiar that I don't like a lot, but in the situation where I can't re-roll it, I certainly won't. I mean, I would probably have re-rolled Harlequin Baby as well, given the opportunity earlier in the game. But of course, Maggie doesn't have the D6, so I can't do that. I will take the Book of Revelations because I do want 1 cube of meat, and that's pretty much all. The soul hearts are not going to be important at all, but a cube of meat does sound pretty nice. And it's not like I mean, I guess I could have this for the womb one as well and get 2 cubes of meat, which would be even better. Now here's the thing. I want more pretty flies. I do. I want 1 more pretty fly. I will play a little while longer in the arcade, and I mean, I don't like gambling at all, but I'm going to do it and it's going to be fine. Because, I mean, this is a very kind slot machine, it seems, and that means that I trust it to act in my best interest sooner than later. Maybe not sooner than later, but in general, it'll act out in my interest, hopefully. And keys don't hurt. I like keys. Alright, I'll just play this twice because it's right here. There's a fortune teller in the secret room, but I don't need that. Like I should, but I don't want to. So, there's a heart laying around. How much is it? Now I'll just play the one that it's closer to and be on my way. I don't want to use a bomb for that. It could be worth it, but I don't want to, so I'm not going to. Away we go. That's a heart and a half. So let's do that. Yeah. Alright, there's our blood bag, so now we have to go all the way back to the other one. Lots of backtracking going on right now, but it's in our best interest for sure. for sure. This is definitely a good way to spend our time. So we can go all the way down to half a heart for this one, which is nice enough. And of course, this keeps our money way higher than it needs to be. So now we go grab the blood bag. Then we go back and play that 3 more times for the heart and a half in the boss room, and then we can leave. Sounds good to me. You know, I think it'll work fine. Of course it'll work fine. There's nothing that it won't work fine about. So that's also a speed up, but it's health up and 4 hearts of recovery, which is nice. So I still take blood bags even though they keep making me faster and faster. The thing is, I don't know how much of a speed up the wooden spoon is. I think it's 0.3, and I think that a blood bag is also 0.3. And speed ups max out at plus 1.0. So that's actually interesting because depending on what character you are, you have a different maximum speed. Cain starts faster than Isaac, so Cain has a higher max speed than Isaac. Maggie starts slower, so it's a lower max speed. Cool stuff to know, I guess. So plus 1 is the maximum, but we're done here. We didn't get the second blood bag. I didn't use a bomb to blow it up. That's fine. I don't need anything that it can offer me. I do want to play this dude, but I want to place this here, leave the room, re-enter to make sure that the bomb blast radius is large enough, and that was actually the secret room, which contains a slot machine that I don't really want to play. I know, I was just playing the other one extra in hopes of getting another pretty fly. And yet here I am, ignoring one when I have even more money. Yeah, that happened. Golden key is nice. Thanks for that. I hope this beggar has some really awesome item to offer me. Compass, you know? That shows me the general location of every icon room without showing me how to get to them. So that's up to me to figure out. Of course, this one was pretty obvious because there was only one place that this shop could be. And I want to go to the shop because I have a bunch of money and I know it can't be greed, so I will definitely be going there. It's the habit, so I want to drop this item as soon as possible, but I'm not going to say no to a habit. You can't say no to a habit. Let's buy everything and see its bad trip, which gave me a charge. Well, part of a charge. So anyway, with the habit and the Book of Revelations, I have situational invincibility and halved damage intake when everything does a full heart of damage. So I want to drop this as soon as possible because I don't like situational invincibility. I don't like non-situational invincibility either. By the way, all flies are now neutral, or if they can't possibly be neutral like Boomfly, they just move slower, which is pretty cool. I like it a lot. So anyway, like I was saying, drop in this as soon as possible because I think it's boring. I don't like the item. I might, in fact, just take whatever from this library. We do have unlimited keys, so there's no reason not to go to the library. I will use it once. Oh, but these are so bad. They're so bad. But we did get our 1 charge out of it, so we will get a horseman fight on this floor. And I'm sticking with a Necronomicon, even though it's a really bad item. But this time I am going to put my money where my mouth is on saying that I want to drop it as soon as possible. Because last time where I got non-situational invincibility and said I was going to drop it, and then I didn't drop it for like, 3-4 floors at least. This time I will drop it right away for an item that is pure garbage, pretty much. I'm not going to be a liar this time. There you go, spider's dead. I'll get that later. Keys galore. What are you? I would turn one of our familiars into Brother Bobby, but I think it would be Harlequin Baby in this case. And if it were Demon Baby, I might actually take it, but no. Holy Water is a terrible, terrible item. It spills, by the way, and it's basically a passive lemon mishap. Pretty much never hits anything. It's just not good. It's not a good time. Not worth taking except the first time so that it's in your collection. And after that, you should just never take it again, probably. Oh well. Swarmers, like I said, they can't really be neutral to us, so they move slower. Boomflies move slower. Everything works as it should. The pooters and fat flies, they won't attack me. They will fly towards me and just want to love me, which I appreciate from them. It's very nice of them. Time to use Necronomicon. And it doesn't kill hearts because, gosh, hearts are so... Oh, but it did seem to kill the mask, didn't it? Maybe. I don't know. Fine. Not a useful curse room, but at least it got us another Necronomicon charge. Which isn't saying that much because it's the Necronomicon, but still. I could go with Monster Manuel. That would give me a familiar each room. That could be fun. Why don't we take that now? Well, let's take the Necronomicon up to the boss fight and then use the Monster Manuel. Yeah, okay, so there are a few items that kill the masks then. Who knew? Yeah, then use the Monster Manuel against the boss, because that'd be really fun. Especially if we get hit a couple times and we can get like a bunch of extra familiars. We know that this is Bad Trip, which becomes full health if we get down to 1 red heart or less. Well, if I take 2 hits here, I almost want to take a second hit just so I can handle this. Okay. Oh yes, this will become full health, which is quite nice. It is a good effect. Unless, of course, we have no red hearts. As Blue Baby, it becomes full health when you're at half of a soul heart, as opposed to a full one. So you can actually kill yourself with Bad Trip only as Blue Baby. Interestingly enough. And I guess it would become full health if we were at half of a soul heart as a normal character as well, but think about the fact that it doesn't matter because full health when you are a character other than Blue Baby having only soul hearts doesn't do anything. So yeah, you could still kill yourself with it, but the full health wouldn't matter if it did exist. Like if it did any, like it wouldn't matter because it doesn't do anything. There we go. How about that? Let's roll with that one. Monster Manuel. You know, let's have a party. Take all the books and things. Now, one thing I would exploit if I had the opportunity is that if there were a blood donation machine laying around here, I would certainly take the Book of Revelations to get a bunch of soul hearts in exchange for my red hearts. That's totally worth it for me, I'd say. But other than that, I don't exploit it. So let's see who we get. We get Robo Baby. Sure. And if we get hit twice, then we'll get another one. I wonder who our new buddy would be. It can give us like a 4th level Meat Boy, since we don't have a cube of meat yet. Solid dodging, honestly. Of course, if we don't take red heart damage, which I really... Yeah, there it is. I was going to say I really don't expect. We still have that good chance of a devil room spawning, but we don't really now. Because I don't think we have any chances altering besides the damage one. Now, of course, you're thinking... Well, maybe you're not thinking. But you were thinking... We should have just held the Book of Revelations so that you could have gotten that extra chance for Deal with the Devil, because that has that. Yeah, you know, if I were playing to win, I would have kept the Book of Revelations, and I would have used it with the habit, but I don't like doing that. So I didn't. Speed up. It's not a range up, even though it says it is, so I'm not going to take that. There's no mini-boss on this floor, so the shop is greed. Like, it just is. That's a fact. So I'm not going to go there. I'm just not going to bother. I don't need the money for anything. I don't need a Steam sale for anything. So we're just going to ignore it. Just one more key that we don't have to use that we can save for the eventual potentiality of the chest, which I don't know yet. It doesn't seem entirely likely. But as usual, I will give it a go. Unless, of course, this turns into a run that still looks exactly like this when we're beating the heart. It lives, for those of you that are pedantic about it. And I know, that sounds a little hypocritical, because I'm the one that's like always all pedantic about enemy names. Yeah, you know, I should adjust for it. I know. I don't know if fistulas are modeled as flies. I can't tell if these are moving slower. I don't think they are. Okay, so what was I saying? Oh yeah, this would be a show run if we ended up being at this same strength level after it lives. Because this is just not a particularly powerful run yet. Hopefully it will become such. So we're definitely going to take the Book of Belial, which will also increase our Devil Room chance. Less so than the Book of Revelations, but still, it will, nonetheless. Now, I don't have a way to get into... I mean, I guess I do have a way to get into that boss challenge room. So why don't I do that? Because I do have the Bad Trip pill, so it's not like... Oh, I'd be taking such a risk to go down to low health like that. By the way, Book of Belial, plus 2 damage. Pretty good. Does not stack with itself if we happen to use it more than once with a habit, or if we use a Book of Belial and a Devil card or something. It doesn't stack. It's just a one-time per room activation maximum to have effect, that is. You can activate it as many times as you want, but it won't do anything. So I don't bother using it extra times, because there's no reason to. Though I should probably use it in a lot of rooms, because, I mean, it's a 3-room recharge, and we have the habit. I need to drink some water. Remember, flies are not threatening besides boom flies. So I can just, like, run straight into these guys and have no fear. No fear whatsoever. My orbitals will handle everything. Of course, there would be minor fear if you keep in mind that the Skatoll has to change the red flies into black flies, so they still spawn as red flies. And I don't really care if I'm taking damage right now, because think about this. I want to go to the boss challenge room. Of course, I don't want to die here. Now we're good. I'm going to open this chest. Tick. Great trinket that I would love to be able to take, but really not in my best interest. I will use the Book of Belial here, because we're going to go to that curse room. It's just something that's going to happen. It's not really a question. So I will get a charge for the Book of Belial just by walking in and out of that, regardless. Unless, of course, it teleports me out, which is fine, because that would teleport me to a devil room or an angel room, but yeah, I don't think we've taken a deal with the devil, so it could be an angel room. And then, you know, I wouldn't be upset about not getting a charge for that. Unless, of course, it's the Bible. But, you know, Scapular would be nice, because with Scapular in the habit, that's infinite uses of any spacebar item. Which is pretty cool. So I would utilize that if we got a spacebar item other than the one we're carrying currently. And you'd think, immediately, without, like, going through it in your head, you might think, hey, with the Book of Revelations, doesn't that mean infinite health? No, you'd have to lose the health each time. So, it's not. But that's okay. I wouldn't use that anyway if it were. So, we get our charge. We get 2 soul hearts. Happy with that. On to the boss, which we don't have any teleports. Yeah, we don't have any teleports anywhere, as far as I know. So we can't leave the boss room after fighting it, because the doors disappear. We can't leave in order to try and get to the devil or angel room that may have spawned after the fight. And that was really silly damage twice there. Oh, you're awful. This game is awful. I hate Necropolis when I don't have, like, staggeringly high damage, because just hearts are always a hassle. Always a hassle. Not just sometimes a hassle. Unless you have crazy damage, but they're always a hassle otherwise. Which is what I was getting at. Alright. Cube of Meat, you're on the other side of where I want you to be, to attack that Leaper. But it's okay, I killed it. Now we can focus on the Swarmer, which really isn't threatening. That was a little threatening. So there's no teleport laying around. That's the tick. That's a chest I could open. I could play in the arcade to try and get one, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to continue on with my life. Use the Book of Belial. And we have 2 familiars. They'll help us out. Our damage output's not terrible, but it's not... This is not Cathedral levels right now. If we even can make it that far, which I wouldn't say is unlikely, but I'd say it's certainly not a guarantee at this point. So I think that, tentatively, this is a shoal run. And people always ask, why don't I go there more? It's because it's too easy. If I have a run that I think is, like, moderately possible to go to the Cathedral with, then shoal would be really, really simple. And I like the floor a lot. I just wish that it were more challenging. And that, you know, Rebirth will have more challenge to it. So that's also a shot speed up, that health up, sadly. But yeah, Rebirth will have more challenge to things. Which is great, because then I can go there more often. I can enjoy the Satan fight, which is really well designed, unlike the Isaac and Blue Baby fights. Which, you know, I've gone into that pretty much every episode. I'm gonna spare you this time. So I think it'll be nice to fight Satan, assuming that that's what's going to happen, because it probably is. Just because it's a really good boss. It's just too easy with most setups. And I think that it probably won't be too much of an issue with this setup in particular either. It's just that the cathedral will be way too much of an issue. Curse room probably wasn't worth it. Oh, but maybe it was. Pretty fly. Pretty fly means we have a full orbital set, so we block as many tiers as possible, almost. And bombs are key. Didn't really matter because we had about the same of each. So I'm pretty happy with that curse room. Worth 2 hearts? Yeah, probably. I'll use a bomb to leave because this room is pointless. This could still be the boss direction. Why not just use this, even though, who knows? Get away from me. So I don't have any way to get into Polar Invincibility Town unless a half-heart drop somewhere, which would be nice. I would appreciate it. But for now, I'm stuck without Polar Invincibility, which is kind of scary. Darn, but I can kill this one easily with Demon Baby and the Cube of Meat. So no, that's not upsetting at all. Still, we went the wrong way, and it got us a pretty fly, so I guess I'm not upset. But it cost us a little bit, I guess. Whatever. Lumps are annoying, and my damage is kind of low. Hopefully, this boss, well, what would I want to see? I would want a deal with the devil. Unless, of course, it's an angel room with Sacred Heart. But I think realistically here, I want to deal with the devil that has, like, the Pact and Guppy's Paw or something like that. Increase my damage, get me a ton of survivability, turn this into a cathedral run. That would be pretty nice, and not at all unreasonable. Those aren't uncommon devil room items. So that's something that could totally happen, and I would go crazy with it. And then we'd have something totally workable, and I would be pleased. And hopefully so would you. Oh no! Although, of course, some of you really want to see Shoal, I'm sure. It's just less interesting. Even if it's better, it's less interesting due to the fact that it's easy. And, you know, you might use that as an argument like, well, if you think that Isaac and Blue Baby are so bad, but patterns in Shoal make them easy. No, that's not a good argument, simply because you can make patterns really difficult. I mean, have you ever seen bullet hell shooter games, like, you know, shoot 'em ups, Toho, that kind of stuff? Those are not easy, but they're patterns. You can memorize them and be perfect at them, just good luck with that. Good luck. So it can be difficult, but still patterned. It's just that, you know, when Shoal was created, it was a different time. You know, the game was very, very different. Simply like Wrath of the Lamb wasn't out. A ton of the really powerful items just weren't in the game. A ton of the really... Well, I mean... There was definitely less of a power potential in the original game. So there's that. Which is actually why with the Satan boss fight, if you happen to kill the first or second, I believe as well, foot in the last phase, the game just glitches out and you can't do anything unless you have a teleport to redo the whole thing. Range up. Hey, you know, I'll take it. On to the next floor. Because you just simply shouldn't have been that powerful in the original game. I don't know why that's a thing, though. Like, I don't know how that ended up in the code that you shouldn't be able to kill the boss on the first 2 stomps. It doesn't make a ton of sense, but it's there. You'll see a ton of screenshots on, like, the subreddit or people saying, like, hey, I beat Satan and then this happened. It's like, you were just really way too powerful. That's all there was to it. Lots of strange things in this game. Do we know this pill? Its bombs are key. I'll do it. This looks like the boss path, and it is! Yay! I like when things are simple. Compass doing good work for us. I like the compass a lot, too. I trusted my orbitals right there, and that's not necessarily the best strategy. You should always be trying to dodge. It shouldn't be like, oh, I feel safe because I have these orbitals. It should be, I feel safe because I'm dodging really well, but if I make a mistake, the orbitals can potentially save me. That's the best way to avoid damage, not what I'm doing, where it's like, hey, you know, I'm going to be impatient. You should be, if you want to be playing well, the best thing to do is to not rush. Dealing damage isn't as important as avoiding taking damage. So that should be your main focus. We do have homing bombs, which is nice. You should focus more on dodging than doing damage, and, you know, as you continue to dodge and not take damage, you'll just find opportunities to deal damage. It's not really my playstyle. I'm a patient player in pretty much every way but that, I guess. So it's you know, it's different just depending on what your goal in the game is. Like, I'm just playing to play. I've already gotten Platinum God twice. Don't need to worry about unlocking anything. Don't need to worry about whether I beat the game with this character or that character. So I can just kind of play. And that's fun. I like it. I like it a lot. So the heart is going to go and be defeated. Oh look, it's an angel room that doesn't happen to do anything but take us to Sheol. Regardless, I'm going to go in because I want to blow up the rock. I can't believe I took damage to that fire. Still not a tinted rock. So anyway, I'm gonna do it. I think that there was potential for the chest, but I think that this is the better, more likely thing that'll work. Because I feel like I probably would just die in the cathedral pretty quickly. So I have a really great setup for the Satan fight. By virtue of having 3 orbitals, that's great for Isaac as well. Isaac and Blue Baby. But it's really great for Satan simply because those are pattern-based. So it's like, if you make a mistake, then they'll protect you instead of they'll protect you because you can't do much about the shot sometimes. And also, just consider... We have to fight the Fallen first as well. It's just a good setup, and then how fast we're shooting or anything like that doesn't matter against the boss fight there. I'm not going to use the stars. It's a random teleport here. And that... Oh, really? Oh, really? Did I just... Okay, I ignored the secret room. That was silly of me. I'll go back. I mean, in fact, I'll just do it right now. Because I don't need to fight in there, so I'm not going to. That was really silly that I ignored that. Didn't even notice, but, you know, it was 6 cents, so it's not a big deal. I mean, then again, it could have been a big deal. But I really didn't notice. I'm going to be 100% honest. So, Bloodshot Eyes are half the reason that Sheol is potentially a harder floor than the Cathedral, besides the boss. And the other half of that reason is Selfless Knights. Selfless Knights are just the worst. Okay, so the reason I'm not using the Hierophant card is that if we get down to half of a heart before using it, then we can use it to get extra Polaroid invincibility by having 2 soul hearts but only a half heart as well. So that's pretty nice, because that extra 5 seconds could be all the difference. Or, you know, the extra 10 seconds, I guess. God, Bloodshot Eyes, they're so bad. I know, I haven't been using Book of Belial, and I should have. Yeah. So anyway, the thing that I like about the Satan fight most, just by virtue of being well-designed and skill-based as opposed to, you know, random and luck-based, is that I can win taking no damage whatsoever in any run at all. If I play my cards right, okay, not any run, but pretty much any run that's going to be able to make it this far. So, if I play my cards right, I can... I want to, but no. I can just definitely win, even at 1 heart. So I'm just going to spawn this. Perfect. So everyone is going to want me to show off the thing that someone said in the subreddit, where, oh, if you stand right behind the statue when the phase changes to the, you know, first form of Satan after the Fallen, he pushes you into the Devil Room guaranteed. Yeah, but you can do that with most bosses, and it's not worth the damage for me. I can't really afford that. But, I mean, that's always been the case. You can use bosses to push you out of rooms, into devil rooms, whatever. That's not a... That's, you know, no thing about that. It's not a huge deal. But yeah, this is not worth losing my progress in the fight, as well as health. So, yeah. I told you about it, so it's not like I'm not making you aware. I'm just not showing it because I don't think that it's particularly important in this situation or most situations. Like, if you make it here, you can beat Satan because it's not a bad fight. So it's not necessary, but it's something you can do. And I mean, it's kind of less satisfying in this situation because you've already made it to the end. This is the last thing you do. You can't, like, go to the chest afterwards or anything. You can't find your way to the cathedral. Because, of course, it only works one way. Using the Forget-Me-Now on the cathedral takes you to Sheol, but using the Forget-Me-Now on Sheol takes you to Sheol as well. So there was our fight. Wasn't too bad. I mean, I didn't expect that to be a difficult win, but it worked out. You know, it was fine. And there you go. That's Shoal for those that want to see it more often. It's too easy in the vast majority of situations, which is why I don't go there. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.